I'm Shamima Begum. For last 22 years, I've been in the professional industries. For first 10 years, I was actually employee, like I was in different organizations, working for different organizations. And for last 13 years, like professional coach, enterprise coach, instructor. So recently, I'm actually focusing more on change management agility in different organizations through 5S, Kaizen, Lean, Six Sigma. So that I said. For certification, I'm the first female certified PMP, first female PMP certified in Bangladesh. I'm the one who launched PMP exam preparation course in Bangladesh in 2010. I'm the first ASQ certified, American Society for Quality certified Six Sigma black belt, Six Sigma master black belt, certified Scrum master, because recently when I was into project management, I was PMP, and someone told me that, Appa, you need to actually learn Scrum. Then I thought, Scrum is a like small thing. I'm PMP. Like, what's the point of like wasting my time? I thought I'm like huge. That kind of ego came maybe. But now recently, after getting certified Scrum Master, this certification, I realized that small things also can make huge impact on how you think, right? And then recently, I'm doing all those agility, lean, manufacturing. I'm working in manufacturing industry, service industry, in different industries as coach. So most of my consulting are based on lean, agile. So from that perspective, I will try to actually relate how those concepts came. So going back to my initial question, from where agile concept came. Definitely we can discuss, right? Any idea? So my question was, do you think that, you said no, do you think that agile came in software industry or IT industry only? For that only? You said no. From where it actually came? So I will go back to timeline definitely. But any idea? Right, right. Okay, definitely. That might have come whenever we actually apply something, we saw that that concept did not actually come from that industry only. For an example, Six Sigma. We were discussing about Six Sigma. Six Sigma is not something that came for Motorola only. Before Six Sigma, TQM was there, and TQM was actually applying all those CPKs calculation, Sigma score calculation, and those Pareto chart, control chart, those things. So going back to the timeline, so from where agile, or have you heard of lean? Lean. So lean actually got introduced in when? In Toyota, but that also is not the starting. That actually in 1913, Ford company at first introduced single piece flow. Ford at first introduced single piece flow and assembly line. What was the purpose of applying assembly line? Because they wanted agility. So agility came from, so that's what I know, that came from manufacturing, and we call it agile manufacturing. Name came later, but we call it lean manufacturing. Right, at first Ford applied assembly line, and then Toyota production system came in 1952, and then who is called the hero of lean manufacturing? His name is Ohno. So in agile, we know that more than 90 or like 100% came from, like more than 90% or almost 100% of agile came from lean. Do you agree? or we know that in our textbook also, right? So Ohno is the hero of Toyota production system that came here. The waterfall gradually came in 1970. We know that for infrastructure, project management, waterfall is like very, like we have to be process oriented that way. That came, and in 1991, Scrum has been conceived, right? And then Agile Manifesto was created in 2001. So I will go back to lean concept. And then what we are doing right now in different industry, that we will try to discuss. So how lean actually came, what we call agile now is called flow. What is the purpose of agility? So what does the name mean? Agile. What is the purpose of agility? Okay, anything else? Definitely this is a reason. Quicker delivery, right? How? Value delivery, perfect. Are to parashona? Yeah, she has studied. Perfect. So value delivery is one word that I wanted to hear. Another is agility, that we all know. So lean has one purpose, that is increasing flow. Flow increase. So what is the meaning of flow? Flow means whenever we are stuck somewhere, that means we don't have flow in our work. Maybe we are going somewhere, then we are stuck in the traffic, the flow is interrupted, right? If we go from one place to another place without any interruption, then we say that, okay, the flow was good, right? Then we are doing something, then maybe the cable, we are inserting a cable, then maybe we are doing it upside down and the flow is interrupted, right? We just want to make a smooth flow. And then sewing operator is performing their job, and then in the queue, in the coffee shop, I'm actually getting my coffee without waiting for the coffee. That means the flow is good. Okay. And then in the assembly line, we know that in the assembly line, there were so many concepts applied in lean. Kanban, you heard of Kanban, right? Kanban came from lean. Yamazumi, Andon, Heijunka, there are so many concepts that has been applied in one assembly line to make the process agile. Okay? So there are three enemies of flow. Have you heard of Muda, Mura, Muri? I will introduce the concept first, and then I will actually show a few examples. Muda, Mura, and Muri. Have you heard of it? I think no. Right? Okay. Muda is, there are 8 kind of waste. So I have enough time, I will explain. Okay, 8 kind of waste. And Mura and Muri. These are, you can guess, of course, Japanese word. Okay. So these are Japanese word. Muda means 8 kind of waste that are enemies of our flow. Muri is overload. Sometimes we see that someone is overloaded with work, right? Right? If someone is overloaded or any process is overloaded with work, then we cannot actually ensure flow. And then another concept is Mura, unevenness. Someone is overloaded with work or any process is overloaded with work and another process is totally free or maybe 20% loaded, right? So lean targets that the load will be balanced. So if the load is balanced, then you can actually increase your flow or ensure agility. Okay? So these concepts, so at first, when Jasmine said that we want to ensure value. So the concept or the definition of the value also should be set at first, right? So what is the definition of value? Can you guess? In lean concept or agile concept, the definition has 3 criteria, okay? First one is any activity that the customer is willing to pay. Like I'm performing any task, my customer is also willing to pay for that activity. So this is the criteria 1, and any process that changes the nature, shape, characteristics, this is criteria 2, and then done correctly the first time. So this is the concept I needed for you to understand, because I will show few examples, then you will try to actually relate those concepts, okay? So where? Done? Okay. So from this kind of activity we make profit, so these are called value adding activity. So what is said that in our everyday activity we perform 10% of our activity is customer value adding. Any activity that our customer is willing to pay for. Any question here? Because most of the activity we perform is business value adding. Okay, business value adding, we are entering data like how many sales are there. Okay, so when we are processing any product or service, those are value adding activity. Whatever we are doing for entering the data and processing the accounting forms and everything, those are called business value add. Okay, so in lean, our target is to keep value adding activity. Business value adding we can reduce. We go for automation and everything so that we can actually make our processes agile. And then if we reduce that business value add, then our non-value adding, we will get more time for value adding activity, right? That's how we become agile. So for everyday activity, there are customer value adding, for non-value adding, business value adding, and waste. So far, we are good. Okay. Then let me quickly explain 8 kind of Muda: waste, defect, overproduction, any production that is not actually necessary by my next customer. Maybe this person can process 8 files, but I can process 12 files every hour. If I produce more than 8, the next person can consume, then that's overproduction. Okay, then waiting, that also happens. So the most currently in service industry, non-utilized staff talent is something that harms us most. Transportation, inventory, motion, and excess process. What is excess process? My customer will accept the standard. Maybe this is like the standard is medium category, but you are putting more effort on making this. So in traditional project management, we call it gold plating, right? Gold plating. So this is excess processing. So I'll quickly go to example of how we are applying agility in different organizations in different industries. Okay, this is example of service industry. You were talking about like making processes, right? If we have a standard process, then we can actually find non-value adding activity, excess process. Okay, so here in this process, this is our current project in one organization. What we are doing is we are making flowchart. We are trying to identify where we are having excess process, transportation of files. Because if any files goes from here to there, that actually stops or hinders the process agility, right? So then we analyze like how to eliminate, we actually eliminate few process, simplify. These are the way we make the process agile. And then another example, setup time reduction, that we have done in, I'm actually now showing you projects on agility improvement in different kind of organizations. Okay, so this is in manufacturing industry, in pharmaceuticals. Here we reduce the setup time in a blister machine, in the machine where like packing happens. Okay, so setup time is one batch has been produced, the next batch will be produced, and in between that two batches, the time we are killing is setup time. So in that project, we have applied lean concept, which is called changeover time reduction, or SMED, single minute exchange of dies. Okay? So here, the project work, the team member worked on identifying internal work, external work, so that parallel work can be planned and we can make the process agile. Okay? So I'm going to the next project example. Here in this example, there is a cylinder manufacturing organization. Their setup was different. There were huge transportation in previous setup. So previously, the iron sheet was stocked here that used to go to the cutting machine, then pre-bending, bending, cutting. So one cylinder would go here and there. So every other person is like moving materials from one stop to another stoppage. So the average production there was only 37 cylinder per day. And then we have changed the setup. That was the project of 2013 in digital engravers. So we have set up the time, the cutting machine has been put here, then welding machine, then grinding machine as per the process step. And then the production has went up. The lead time reduced, or in another way, agility improved. Then I'm going to another example. This is in SMC. They have given us, like, they always say that you can share your example easily. So for agility, we take Kaizen. So in Kaizen, we take small incremental project so that the agility improves. So previously, they used to carry their food that way. Then they have innovated the process. Previously, they did not have any, this is called andon, signaling problem in lean. They didn't have any signal system to actually notify defect. Then they have identified this one. I'm going quickly. Okay, so in RMG sector also, we apply daily meeting. In Agile, we do daily Scrum, right? That culture came from lean manufacturing, and in different industries, in pharmaceuticals, in healthcare, in construction site also, you will see that everyone is doing daily Scrum. 15 minutes daily Scrum so that the team coordination improves and agility increases. Visual dashboard is also another way of increasing agility. Single piece flow is something that was invented in, so single piece flow. Tell me how we apply single piece flow in Agile project management. Right. In Kanban, in WIP, you cannot actually keep more than one item, right? So that's how that concept was applied here. So we apply Kanban. Kanban is being applied in project management, in manufacturing, everywhere, right? That also came from Super Shop, Kanban. Then Heijunka, or load balancing. Load balancing, we learned from Lean, Toyota Production System. Then we have applied in project management, traditional project management. Remember resource labeling, resource smoothing, same concept. To reduce Muri, overburden, you do resource labeling. And then to actually make everyone load equal, you apply smoothing, right? So traditional project management, then team efficiency improvement, everywhere we apply those Heijunka load leveling. Daily Scrum is being applied everywhere. Kaizen is retrospective. We apply it everywhere. In process improvement, Andon is the signaling system that is being applied in RMG sector too. Whenever there is a defect, then the lighting system will notify you. That is Andon. QC circle is something that came from Japan, and that is being applied in Scrum as Scrum team. So small team, better agility. This concept also came from different organizations. Servant leadership is something that we learned from Andon. Andon is a signaling system. If we have a problem, then the light will be switched on, and then the leader will come and solve that problem. They will not say that why this problem came. Okay, so by that way we have learned about servant leadership. Velocity or efficiency is applied everywhere in manufacturing, in project management, and visual management also is being applied. That's all. So thank you so much. If you have any question, you might ask.